Okie dokie, let's go jump some rank games with a random character and see what I'm going to get today. And it looks like we are playing the Ranger. We do start off with a shield, which is kind of interesting, but maybe not in the Vining Basket. We're going to be looking for healing items more so. So we're definitely going to take the broom starting off. We might as well grab the frying pan too. Take this since it is on sale with a stone as well, and then we roll once. Shiny shell is exactly what we're looking for because this is going to give us a huge heal. We can craft it up, craft up a shovel. We could take the garlic and maybe get rid of our shields if we wanted to. Let's take both of these, and I'm still going to roll, wasting our 1 gold to try and get some sales. We could go for a shell totem, banana. All these items are fantastic. So, do we sell our little shield to get our shell totem? We probably would lose out if we do that. We could sell it and grab our food items instead. I know what. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Grab food items so we can increase the damage on our frying pan, get our stamina with our banana too. You know what? I'm going to grab a set of healing herbs too. And I'm thinking about moving on with this sort of situation. Putting in blinds, trying to get as much nature items inside our Vining Basket so we get out a little bit more of a heal. And yeah, we're going to be taking these in the next one now. Maybe I should take the box of riches, but I'm going to be super greedy with a shovel either way. And I kind of want to go for multiple shell totems starting off, especially with our Vining Basket. We do get increased healing. And not bad. We do manage to smash out again that mage. We get our shovel, which is amazing. That is a pair of gloves. That's halfway to Falcon Blade. Maybe I do want to go for Falcon Blade. It's literally right here. Although Claws Attack might be also awesome. I'm going to grab our storage. Let's grab our sword. And let's go ahead and craft up a hero sword then for now too. As for the fanny pack though, are we still going to speed up our shovel? I think so actually. Add all this in, so that should be amazing. Make sure we grab our gloves. And let's venture on. Let's get a hero sword online. I mean, Claws Attack could be kind of awesome too, but that's going to be an insane amount of damage with a spear and a magic staff. We need to survive with our shiny shell and our banana. Is that going to be good enough though? Maybe we are surviving that miss. Might have made us loss. Hell no, it didn't. Not bad. And we could actually go for crossblades with a smithing for dummies. We could also go smelly wall, poison stack in a ranger, or we could go mana mastery too. I think I'm going to take smithing for dummies today. And that's Claws Attack if we do want it too. Let's grab you, as well as a little bit of storage, some stones too. We're going to roll again. And I kind of want to go for a CARROT Gooberts potentially today as well. Yeah, we're going to take our card. Let's got a little tiny gemstone to begin to remove some buffs, cleanse some debuffs. I'd rather go for those few early debuffs. Off the get-go, I think it's going to be a little bit better for us. We can also add in our stones. And I kind of want to sell our little Star of Courage, if I'm going to be honest, to go ahead and grab ourselves another shiny shell for a bit more of a heal too. But I'm thinking about venturing on with this. We should have a lot of flat damage. Stamina shouldn't be too much of an issue, especially with our smithing for dummies, decreasing the stamina cost. On our hero sword along with our shovel. We're also going to be cleansing debuffs with our card too, so opponent is going to be trying to stack up points. They got insane amounts of regen from the hearted cards. That is definitely absurd. They're going to be healing for insane amounts, about 6 healing per second, 6.5 really. We do need to try and outpace them. The only way we're going to outpace them is if we inflict enough blinds, but they do have that little bit of luck. And that fatigue is going to have to help push down our opponent too. And it is looking neck and neck. But it's going to be extremely awesome for us. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Now we could actually try to go, well, we could go for a hero longsword. There's a good few things we could go for. I mean, we could go for a CARROT Gooberts, or we could try to go for a bunch of Snowmasters. Which I think I'm going to be down for too. I'm going to sell our tiny little bit of a pocket sand to grab the box of riches to be even more greedy. And I'm just going to rock on with this sort of situation. Do we want to speed up anything with our gloves? Might as well just add it in for now as well. And we could have taken a set of blueberries, but yeah, I'm not too pushed about it either. But I kind of want to go for a Snowmaster Falcon Blade type setup. CARROT Goobert might be better though, because the deck does holy moly. Are we going to win this? Maybe we do heal back up quite a bit. We do get a little bit of vampirism from our lump of coal, which might have given us the advantage because we lifesteal for just a little bit, keeping us more healthy. And smashing. Shovel hero sword definitely keeping us in it, and that's our gloves. Well, yeah, we'll 1,000,000% be grabbing these with a little bit of storage. Might as well grab this too. Do not really want the mana orb. Kind of want to roll. We could take the bag stones too. Or we just take this. I'm going to take it. I might take out a box of riches and I might roll just once more. Okay, twice more. And that is another pair of gloves. Do we want to take it? I mean, we could go gloves of power on the Falcon Blade as well, slowing it down, but then also getting a bunch of block. I kind of want to go for that maybe. But we'll see though. But we are facing a Goobert with the torch, forging hammer. They're going to be getting some vampirism damage reduction. They're going to get heals as well. But are we going to be able to win out? Because we don't really have too much heals. We got shiny shields to heal us up just a little bit. We got our banana that heals us up just a small bit. But can we really keep up? We do have an increased bonus stamina regeneration, so our stamina isn't going to be too much of a problem. We did speed up our little hero sword, but the stamina cost on that is going to be extremely low. But unfortunately, it's looking like our opponents might have the advantage, especially with the battle rage. And unfortunately, that's just way too much damage reduction for us. We do end up going down another life. We got a Falcon Blade. We got our Gooberts, we got our gloves, and we got another lump of coal, which I want all this. Definitely want Goobert 2. As for the gloves, maybe we just let that go then instead. You know, I'm still going to roll on. I'm going to change the whole setup around to have it this way. We are still going to hold on to our gloves, but with our Goobert being the center of our builds with all our healing efficiency, this guy is going to instead heal for 9 into 13 instead. Our opponent is rocking a poison Goobert. They're going to be trying to inflict a lot of poison. We do get rid of a decent bit of debuffs, and we do manage to win out with our Falcon Blade. So all is looking kind of amazing. Definitely so. Let's take our gloves. Do we want the tournament? Probably not. I kind of want to roll quite a bit to try and find some more cards. And that's crits. We could go for a red collar for even more lifesteal, which I think we probably do want to go for. Or do we really? Just getting a little bit of luck so we get crits instead of lifesteal. And do you want to go for CARROT Goobert, or do we still want to go for Snowmaster? I think we kind of want to go for CARROT Goobert. We lose our heals, so maybe we still want to go for Blood Gooberts. So I'm going to sell 1 stone. And you know what? I think I'm going to take the Bloody Amulet first. Grab this little bit of storage. And we just kind of venture on with this. Just grabbing that lifesteal just a little bit more. But we are facing a corrupted armor, which they're going to be inflicting all this blind on us. We're going to have a tough time actually cleansing those debuffs. Even though we do got cards and chipped amethysts to remove them, they do make it a lot harder with that corrupted crystal. And they are stacking with that poison too, but can we actually outpace them? I'm really hoping so. We do need more luck so our cards can actually stack up arm power. But once we get our CARROT Goobert, that's not going to matter too much anymore. We can just scale up arm power with a CARROT Goobert instead. And the vampirism is helping us out quite a bit, even though that's a lot of blind on us. But hell yeah, we do still manage to win out. Let me get a CARROT Goobert online. Now the question is, what do we want to go for? Do we want to go for a piercing arrow type build? Do we want to go for Meg Clover, Poison Ivy, no interest in, or do we want to go big ball of treats? I kind of want to go big ball of treats. With a CARROT Goobert, I think it's going to be extremely awesome. Also, Rat 2. Because we can craft up a Rat Chef, which will give us some stamina back also. But we do want to grab this to craft it up into a red collar. But we do want to grab ourselves another fanny pack. I mean, we probably should grab the rat and craft it up. But do we really need it? I mean, with our spending for dummies, we don't necessarily actually really need it because our stamina is not going to be too bad either way. It's reducing that stamina cost by quite a bit. So I might let it go, as well as the gloves. You know, an Island for more skilling damage could be amazing. We could take the luck as well because every bit of luck is going to be lifesteal. So I'm going to sell 2 stones to go ahead and take it. I'm going to place that in right now and then we venture on once again. We'll see how we actually get on with this sort of situation. We got lifesteal from our red rubies in our Falcon Blade, which is going to be triggering every 1.4 seconds with a 10% crit chance. And once you get a red color, it's going to be even more lifesteal. And not bad. Definitely not bad. And we dug up a card too, which is kind of nuts. Now the thing is, we could also go for a Vampiric Dagger, which I'm going to be down for because we're making use of our Empower Den with multiple weapons. I think that's going to be awesome. Unstable Recobobulator, we might as well grab 2 with this as well, and then we keep going for now, and that's a second Goobert. So we could go for another CARROT Goobert. I don't think I really want to. We could take the Squirrel. You know what? I'm going to take this instead of a Poison because I'm kind of wanting to sell for a Snowmaster type situation. So I want to keep all these blue gemstones and add them in eventually so we can basically inflict a bunch of cold from the get-go. I'm going to sell our Whetstone though, just to keep rolling. I'm going to sell this little chipped. We can go ahead and take this fanny pack. 2. I want to put a card in too because you're going to be super fast activator for a CARROT Goobert. You're going to be sped up as well. Do we use our Unstable Recobobulator on our shovel? And we could upgrade to Fancy Fencing Rapier, but that does use up our luck. I'm not the biggest fan of. Or what we could do is actually go for Fortuna's Grace. Now this doesn't work with a Vampirism, but it would attack twice when we do crit with a Falcon Blade. You know what? I kind of want to take that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to later on see if we can bob later, get rid of our shovel for now. And yeah, we're going to be rocking on.
Okay.
For sure. But can we take on this Bloodthorn, who is going to have big damage with Piercing Arrow? We're going to have 20% crit chance. But can we stack up our power to deal massive damage? That is a shield with shielded. They're going to be eating up all our stamina. But can we still keep up? We've got a decent bit of vampirism. We've got decent lifesteal with a red collar, but is it really going to be enough? All the spikes, unfortunately, isn't looking too great for us, and we do end up falling short. Which is not ideal, but it is what it is. What we get, a big old heart container, which I'm honestly not too fond of. However, that is blood manipulation. I'm thinking very, very strong about taking this, because we're going to have a lot of heals. And dealing more of our damage as on healing damage, I think we should definitely take. Now, we could just end up taking the Hunger Blade instead, because this makes a lot more sense. Although, I still want to go for Fortuna's Grace. I don't go for this weapon too often, so I'm super happy to take it. I'm also considering grabbing another box of riches, but at the same time, I'm going to take it out as I roll, and that is a big old hedgehog. Also, helmet could be kind of awesome too, because that does give us time to scale up our power. There is a timer on this, but I'm wondering should we actually take it. I'm going to sell our heart container and we'll take it for now too. Let's grab a bit of storage. We're going to flip this over to this side, make sure we craft it up, have you placed in too. Trying to get this going as fast as possible, make sure we do have this in. That's going to be phenomenal in there as well. Inflict all that colds. Reduce that healing. Increase your base stamina regen, get more lifesteal on our red rubies. We can have our blueberries to stack up some mana for us if we want to, probably better than our coal. And we venture on. Now we could have switched to a Bright Large Greatsword, which makes a lot of sense also, but yeah, I'm not too pushy about it. Fortuna's Grace is going to give us 5 starting luck, which is just going to be a ton of lifesteal. And then after that, we just need to scale up our vampirism. So that will scale up our crits. Well, we get our power to deal massive damage. And it shouldn't be too bad for us. 14 in power is kind of nuts. And that is insane damage. And just like that, we've got a Fortuna's Grace. We could take the puzzle badge as well, speeding everything up. But at the same time, I'm not sure if I do want to. So I'm going to roll. Another helmet for even more damage reduction could be kind of amazing too. And you know I will be taking it with another fanny pack also. Speeding up our Falcon Blade as much as possible. Let's get going, and that's more crits. Yeah, we definitely want to take it. Let's definitely get going. We could grab Prismatic Orbs. We can start off with a bunch of Vampirism as well. But we're going to settle on not taking it just yet. So it shouldn't be too bad for us. Our opponents is going to be resistant colds. They're going to be stacking up a lot of damage. They're going to get damage reduction for an insane amount. So we need to get massive damage with our whole setup to be able to outpace. And we actually do. Not bad once again. Let's grab our crits. Let's grab this too. Let's keep rolling. That is a second dagger. Do you want to go for multiple daggers? I mean, it wouldn't be too bad for us. I mean, it would be more awesome with our CARROT Gooberts. But at the same time, I'm not going to take it. I will, however, take more stamina sacks for sure. And we can speed up our Falcon Blade a little bit more. We can get a little bit more lifesteal if we want to as well. Increase your healing in our helmet. That's probably a good shout. And we venture on. We definitely venture on. I've been looking for blue gemstones, but we've been getting a ton of lifesteal gems. And you know what? I'm going to be happy with that. But we do have a 30% crit chance, which means we should be able to hit twice with a Fortuna's Grace and a Falcon Blade to deal massive damage also. And how much DPS do we manage to get? About a 50 DPS at this point of the game, which is not bad at all. In terms of heals, we do manage about 40 healing per second, so our build is looking kind of awesome. For sure. Red collar doing the vast majority of it, then our vampirism, then our little tiny rubies also. Another whole other block. But I'm going to be chancing moving on. Going to be chancing moving on. Going to be grabbing our blue gemstones. We could be grabbing squirrels to steal buffs, but I'm not too interested in it. A little bit more luck starting off is going to be necessary. That's more crits and more bloody amulets. I mean, at this point, I'm going to sell one lump of coal, and I will be taking this. And I'm going to craft up another red collar. Another red collar is going to go such a long freaking way. For sure. We definitely need to add in a tiny bit of luck extra. And yeah, we're going to take another acorn collar, because just getting our Falcon Blade to have 100% crit chance is going to be kind of awesome. But I do like spreading out our normal color with our red colors. We have not have to depend on one buff to get a crit chance. We should be able to deal big damage, lifesteal like crazy, and maybe be able to win out with 13 in power. That's kind of our limit right now with our CARROT Gooberts. We did manage to get 14, and it is looking neck and neck, but that's an insane amount of vampirism. But we do manage to squeeze out. Hell yeah. CARROT GOOBERT putting in all this work for us. Let's grab this now. With another fanny pack. Grab this also, and then just keep rolling. Prismatic Orb probably should be our play. And we could go for, honestly, some Snowmasters to try and increase our power even more. I would just love more cards though. More cards for sure. But I am going to venture on once again. I'm only placing this color on our Falcon Blade. I'm not going to go for any more red colors because it just means we don't have to skill up as much to get our crits on our Falcon Blade, which does mean our Fortuna's Grace hits twice and trigger our CARROT Gooberts insanely fast. And holy moly, all this blind does smash us out, unfortunately, because we cannot hit our opponents at all. But let's grab a Wonky Snowman. More red rubies, which is madness. Regen we could take. We could also gamble a little bit and take this as well, which honestly I'm not too pushed about. More fanny packs, more speed. I'm not going to take either. More coal, which would be kind of nice. More big red rubies for more lifesteal. Maybe don't bother with reducing that healing onto opponents and just increase your own healing as much as possible. I'm going to sell the gloves also, and we will be taking this tiny bit of storage. And I'm not sure if we do want to go for Snowmaster, or should we? I mean, we only have like 3 colds from 1 blue gemstone, 6 cold. Well, this scales up our power either way, with since we start off with 5 luck. Well, 6 luck since we do have this too. We're going to sell this little green gemstone to roll once more. And so I'm going to venture on once again. Although that was Torn Bloom. Maybe should have pivoted into a Torn Bloom instead. That could have been a good shout too. Our opponent starts off invincibility with the Holy Spirit. And because of that invincibility for 7 million years, we couldn't lifesteal at all. Which is kind of madness. Let's take our storage though. Let's keep going. That's another card with more coals. No, maybe do craft these up now. A little bit more luck. Rat Chef 2. All I really want to do is find, honestly, just more cards. You know what? I'm actually going to craft up 2 of these. I'll sell another green gemstone. Keep rolling, and we could take this to reduce opponent's healing, which I'm kind of down for. But yeah, let's venture on once again. Yeah, I'm going to definitely take that. Craft up our Snowmasters because we're going to be inflicting a little bit of colds with our Flawed Sapphires also. We should be able to get quite a bit of cold, but our opponent does cleanse a lot of it with all those cards too. We do go back up to 8 colds, which is going to be nice. But can we still win out? It's kind of looking awesome for us. Our opponent is starting to deal some big damage, but we do manage to get there in the end. Hell yeah. The only problem is we're going to lose our opponents getting up their max life because of Snowmasters. This guy triggers extremely fast, which is kind of awesome. Let's grab you, craft up a Campus Comforts. We roll again. That's another blue gemstone, which we do kind of want to take. We could take a mana orb. We could just grab more Bloody Amulets. Honestly, Bloody Amulets is going to be amazing for us. And that's exactly what I'm going to take. That's just going to give us more crits from the get-go, which means we can get this going even faster. Yeah, let's rock on with this. We're going to have our Snowmaster in as well. So it is going to take us a little bit longer to maybe get our power, but we should be able to slow down our opponents. Constantly skill up that 10 colds. And once these pop off, that's 15 cold. We slow them down by a lot. And then these guys are going to go turbo speeding, and we get our power stacked up even faster this time around. We should be able to deal more damage. And this is actually looking really awesome. Snowmaster's kind of paying off just a little bit. And we also reduce our opponent's healing by a lot more too. We'll also increase our own healing. And that's a big old gamble. We're definitely going to be taking it. And that can increase our chances. Get our pets to trigger twice, which is really nice. We could also skill up our crits too by placing this beside our red colors. That's going to be way more heals. We got to take that. Let's keep going. That's way more colds. We'll gladly take that also. But is there anything else we really want? Not exactly. But maybe we should be moving these over. Moving these helmets over so we should be able to increase the chance that we do nullify those buffs, stop us from being stunned, and then we can speed up all these blue gemstones so we get our cold a little bit faster, which should be even better for us. Make sure we do not craft up anymore. And yeah, let's get going once again. Because the faster we get our cold, and they're going to resist all that cold. Yeah, we're not going to stack up much cold on this opponents at all. We're eventually going to get through, but it's going to take wait, hold on a second. Within 5 seconds we got all that cold, but you do cleanse it all. We did manage to get some power from it. And that double axe is starting to deal some big damage. And again, the invincibility, stopping us from lifestealing. And that was our final round. I was having so much fun that I didn't even realize that was our final round. Unfortunately, we did end up losing our final rounds. facing a pretty darn tough opponent that literally just stopped us from healing for quite a bit, resisted all the cold that we would inflict on him, and also invincibility, man. Invincibility has been wrecking me so much lately. We did have a 50 DPS even though our opponents had crazy damage reduction with the helmets and the armor, but they had a little bit more DPS because of that invincibility and damage reduction. Now in terms of heals, even with all this healing reduction on us, we still managed about a 30 healing per second, which isn't that crazy if I'm going to be honest. But we did manage about a 40 max health gain too, and in terms of block, not a whole lot of block. So overall our build wasn't too bad, but definitely could be improved. But still, a super fun build. We did survive with 2 lives left. How much rank points are we going to get from it? +9, ranking us up a decent bit. If we got that win, we probably would have been back at Masters, but it is what it is. I'm going to have to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, even subscribing. And always keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we got to do ourselves some justice with our build. We're back in some round 18 fights, facing a lightsaber, magic staff with a scales, and a hyper hedgehog. That's one way we could have improved. Hyper hedgehogs we could have added in for all of some power stacking. And not bad. And can we deal with a Bloodshorn, Harald the Hateful Lad with a chessboard? They're literally going to be stealing all our buffs, taking our stamina, stacking up their own buffs, and getting 100% crit chance extremely fast. So this could be kind of tasty for us. They're also going to be stealing our power with that stone armor too. And this Bloodhorn is dealing some big damage to us, but we managed to get our 10 golds, and that's it. We do manage to win now. And finally, can we take on a scissor sword adventure with the ukulele? Now they're going to be trying to inflict a bunch of blind onto us, but we do slow them down, and all that cold is onto our opponents, and we should be able to cleanse all those debuffs, which honestly is kind of amazing. Now again, lifesteal, it's impossible once they have the invincibility, and smash it. We do manage to get there in the end.